Hi there, Ken Godevanis here, and this is a Kenny's Karat. It's number 43, and it's coming right around Christmas time, so I'm going to call it the Christmas story. I'm reading a short passage from Christopher Watkins' Biblical Critical Theory. The chapter that it's in is entitled Incarnation, Space, and Time. I hope you enjoy this. It's my gift to you at this time of the year. And Merry Christmas. Here goes. The thrill wasn't so much that it was Keanu Reeves himself, more that we actually got his matchstick. The date of my brush with stardom was 1997, and the place was the Champs-Élysées in Paris. I was on a school trip with my French class, and we were enjoying an afternoon by ourselves, wandering the streets of the great city like a gaggle of gangly-legged later-date flaneurs. We had just left the perfume superstore Sephora, if I remember correctly, having plastered our wrists and necks with unseemly amounts of free samples, no doubt to the disgust of the shop owners at yet another invasion by the English. Then it happened. Amid the throng of bodies, one of my friends spied in the distance a long-haired, black-suited male surrounded by a very stocky and very fierce-looking bodyguards. A hush descended on our sweet-smelling huddle, and time stood still. We stared. We giggled. Apart from that, we had absolutely no idea what to do. Then we saw the great man light what I remember as a cigar. As the extinguished match left the hollowed fingers and pirouetted in slow motion to the ground, we knew what we had to do. No obstacle was too great, no enemy too strong to come between us and our one chance of achieving lifelong matchstick bragging rights. We barged, we elbowed, we mumbled badly conjugated French verbs, and after seconds of arduous questing, our mission was accomplished. The Revisian relic was secured. We had our piece of history, our place in school lore. I admit it, most of the details of this encounter are sketchy in my mind. I have had other, better remembered brushes with fame, though I suspect a story about coming face to face with my Yorkshire cricketing hero, Martin Moxon, on a cold Thursday morning in Leeds will not set my reader's pulse racing quite as much as a Hollywood star in Paris. For those of you who prefer the cricketing story, I salute you. As I now look back on this peak life experience, I think that what mesmerized me the most that day was the unexpected juxtaposition of two worlds that I never imagined could meet. Mr. Reeves belonged in the world of the television screen and the cinema, to movies like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. This was still pre-Matrix. And to film review shows. I belonged in the world of Wath Comprehensive School. The thought that the two realities might in fact inhibit the same space-time continuum was a brutal shock to my schoolboyish view of the world. The famous matchstick has long since disappeared. In fact, I am no longer even sure which of us walked away with it on that fateful Parisian afternoon. But the feeling of my existence being unexpectedly invaded by a visitor from another world has remained with me. How like and how utterly unlike the incarnation of Christ was my brush with fame. That the serpent crusher promised in Eden, the God of the Exodus, the offspring of Abraham, the son of David, and Daniel's son of man, could brush shoulders with the equivalent of first-century Wath Comprehensive School students makes my encounter, with no offense intended to Mr. Reeves, look trivial and utterly unnoteworthy. which I fear it probably was. How unlike Mr. Reeves' pressed suit and bodyguards is Christ's unclean, smelly, and makeshift entrance into the world. How unlike the Champs-Élysées, or Elise, one of the most upmarket shopping streets in the world, is a working stable on the outskirts of a little out-of-the-way Bethlehem. It would be like stumbling across Canute coming out of a chip shop in a Barnsley side street. But then again, how unlike the incarnation of Jesus Christ is anything that has happened in the world before or since. I hope you get the meaning of that Christmas story, and a Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year to you all.